Sunday Meditation, January 11th, 1981. LL Research channeling Laitos and Latwii. L. Channeling. I am Laitos, and I greet you, my brothers, in the name of the Creator. We are pleased that you have chosen to take time away from your daily pursuits, from your happiness and anguish, to contact us and share your love and attention with us. In return, my brothers, we hope to offer some advice, our love, and, hopefully, a glimpse into intentions for which the Creator placed you on your planet. Our small efforts are never equal to the task, yet we will try, my brothers, to meet your needs as far as we are able. My brothers, at this time, I would share with you a small story. At one time in the past of your planet, a man came from a small town in a poor country proclaiming that he was able to hear the words and the voice of a father who existed in another realm from his own physical, visible father. Naturally, his neighbors knew he was crazy, for this, they knew, was not the way the universe worked. Still, the man persisted. He was very insistent. He claimed that his father, of all things, was everyone's father, and that for this reason, everyone was brothers and sisters. Surely, my brothers, this was a calamity, for how could one hate or cheat or kill his own brother or sister? There was but one thing to do. The man must be silenced. Many efforts were made to silence him. He was ridiculed, shamed, cursed, and eventually beaten. He was held as an object of derision before his own countrymen. His own relatives and even his friends, who had followed him and listened to him preach his madness through endless days and nights, finally saw the error of their ways and abandoned him. Still, this fool would not desist, and in disgust, his countrymen killed him. Then, as if intent on making matters worse, he came back and continued his foolishness. By now, his words, like a disease, had begun to spread. It was too late to check the infection, and, regrettably, or so it seemed to his countrymen, the disease was to continue and flourish until the situation exists as it does today, in which the foolishness of this man, who claimed all to be his family, to be his brothers and his sisters, has become known, not believed, throughout his world. My brothers, you probably wonder at the fact that we refer to this man as a fool and to his teachings as foolishness. Yet, my brothers, who but a fool could step out into oblivion and trust the truth to bear him up? Who but a fool would risk his earthly life in the belief that more existed than earthly life? And again, who but a fool would trust in an invisible Father? My brothers, we of Laitos are thankful for your foolishness, for the universe is desperately short of such fools. We would encourage you to trust in your foolishness, to step out off the precipice into space and rely upon your foolish belief that what is real will bear you up and sustain you and maintain your real life. At this time, we would transfer our contact to another instrument. I am Laitos. Unknown channeling. I am Laitos, and again I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Yes, my friends, to make the leap of faith, as it has been called, to be the fool for the Creator, to seek what is most popularly known as foolishness instead of seeking personal power and glory and riches. This is indeed appreciated. For in your vibration, all of the signs point the other way if you can distract yourself enough. It is only when you have stopped distracting yourself with the things that man has made and the walls that man has put up against man that you can see the creation at work and the laws of the creation in practice, and thus have an inner feeling that to be a fool, to seek the truth, may have the most important basis of all in your thinking, that of an inner feeling of rightness. We would add to you, my brothers, that it is most important as you unfold in the newness of your spiritual growth from day to day, that you refrain in the beginning from speaking with great detail about your path to others. For just as seedlings are fragile until they have taken root, so is the path that you take growing spiritually step by step. Each step is first taken with a very light treading of the foot, and gradually, as you put into practice what you have learned in meditation and in seeking, that step becomes firm, and you can push off from that on to the next. To avoid playing the hypocrite, which is never a desired role for a seeker, it is very precious to you to keep nurtured quietly and carefully, as a small plant in a hotbed, those new understandings into which you have come, those realizations which you have begun to understand and become one with. Know that you are one of a great communion, a great fellowship of seekers, and that each positive thought, each positive deed, each prayer in meditation is witnessed and emphasized by those who are tuned to that vibration of love and light. You have many helpers, and awareness of them will aid you in your own seeking. For as you are aware that they, in their, as you would call it, angelic presence, underscore and emphasize your own spiritual vibrations, you then can find a deeper and clearer level of meditation. At this time, I would like to work briefly with the one known as C. I will condition this instrument and attempt to contact him by speaking a few words through him, if you will relax. I am Laitos. I am again with this instrument. We had a good contact with the one known as C, and wish to reassure him that all that lies between that feeling which he just experienced and channeling itself is simply the thought process whereby that instrument asks of himself whether the movements and feelings were coming from elsewhere or whether he was imagining them. Once that roadblock is removed and analysis ceases, and you speak without thought, having tuned yourself to the proper spiritual vibration, you then will be able to perceive our contact. We would like to work now with the one known as D and give her some conditioning and a little healing from our sister, Nona. I am Laitos. At this time, we would work with the one known as N, if he would relax and request mentally that we be with him. We will work with his conditioning and attempt to make ourselves known unto him in some way. I am again with this instrument. I am Laitos. Now, if the instrument known as Jim would accede to the service of being used as a channel at this time, we would like to close this message through him. I am Laitos. Jim, channeling. I am Laitos and am with this instrument. We are very pleased to have been asked to join your meditation this evening. It is a rare privilege to be able to share our simple thoughts and perceptions with people who seek to know more of the truth of their reality. We of Laitos have experienced no truth greater than love, the love of the infinite Creator, for each entity, each particle of creation. And are we not all united as a family in love, bound by our desire to speak, to know the Father of us all? Each of you in your daily lives encounter the Creator in every endeavor in which you enter. Each moment, the opportunity is made for you to travel yet one step closer to experiencing the love of the Father. For each moment holds a message, ere it would not exist. The message, disguised in infinite ways, speaks the song of love, the lesson of life. Listen closely, my brothers, for the Father sings to you in each moment and speaks the infinite languages of life to your hearts. We of Laitos have heard this song and would share what we can of its melody and message with those of your people who desire to hear such music. We would now leave this instrument and this group, as always, in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Hatonn, my friends. Carla, channeling. I am Latwii. I am next on the cosmic hit parade tonight. I must step this vibration down for this instrument, if you will be patient. I am Latwii. I believe this is the most comfortable level for this instrument. We do apologize to this instrument. Somehow, we always overestimate the necessary vibration for contacting this instrument. She is somewhat sensitive to our vibration. We apologize. We think we just broke her high A. We are very pleased to be here and have asked for the privilege of answering any questions that you may have at this time. As you know, that is our favorite thing to do, as we are somewhat new to this game of speaking to your peoples, and it is difficult for us to know how to inspire you by telling you stories, facts, and other embroideries about love, because it is such a simple matter. We seem to do better with the questions, so if you would be so kind as to voice any that you may have at this time, we will be glad to answer them. See, last week a question came up after the meditation concerning Hatonn, what he's doing now, or if he's still on a special mission or somewhere else. Just exactly what is he up to these days? Latwii. I am Latwii. We will attempt to speak through this instrument, for this information is perfectly all right for you to know, but somewhat different, and she may have difficulty. The vibration of Hatonn is working in a new pattern, which is not along any particular geographical frontier or area. For at this particular time, the problem is, as it were, a kind of metastasized illness and exists in many parts of the Earth's body. Therefore, the ones of Hatonn have tuned themselves to a certain energy of negativity and are working on the mass consciousness of that particular part of your planet's entities. These entities include many, which are, as this instrument would call them, the movers and the shakers. Thus, Hatonn has moved to the 8th or final covering layer or dimension of this particular octave, stretched itself until it covers the entire planet and is tuning in and attempting to ameliorate by love that particular vibration which is doing the most harm to your peoples. This is a vibration of thought, not of deed. May we answer you further, my brother? C. No, that's fine. Thank you. Latwii. The brothers of Hatonn have spent a great deal of energy working with certain entities and groups of entities, but we have not found this to be, in any one case, the appropriate action for this particular energy. Thus, the change of, shall we say, strategy, attempting to make the best use of those of Hatonn's special vibration, which is a very, very strong love vibration, and which has had much experience with your Earth sphere. Is there another question at this time? L. Recently in meditation, a new or special project was referred to concerning advanced communication. The impression I received was that our involvement was somehow necessary for this to be accomplished. Is my understanding of this correct? And, if so, how can we best facilitate the effort? Latwii. I am Latwii. I understand your question, my brother. Essentially, you are correct. However, there are two completely different means of effecting such communication. One has already been used, and we have not found it satisfactory. That is, impressing those people who are sensitive to our message to arrange for the technology necessary to jam one broadcast and substitute another. This involves money, people, time, and can ultimately be ignored, since the means of its being done by mere humans, as you would put it, can be discovered or at least surmised. The other way is for people, such as this group contains, to make available with all sincerity and with as much humor as possible the information of which they are the surest and with which they are the most comfortable. That is, of course, the information having to do with the basic philosophy and something about our basic reasons for working with your peoples. Cosmology enters in, but we do not expect people to find cosmology an interesting way of being introduced to our message. Thus, the other way of aiding our ability to use your mass media is to make enough of an impression by your own creative efforts on the mass mind of the society in which you live, that enough people desire to know more about not only the existence of our being, but what message we might be bringing to you, that we could then, without infringing upon the free will of these peoples, feed small bits of information about love and light through these media. If people are not, in the majority, greatly desirous of this information, we would be infringing upon free will, and we would not wish to do this. We are not, as you would call it, gods. We are your brothers. And what we have to say is only for your consideration, not for you to believe. What you believe must come from within. May we answer you further, my brother? L. I would ask that you speak to me about the value of humor. Latwii. My brother, the value of humor is a pale shadow of reality. Reality as we understand it is likened unto what this instrument would call an orgasm. That is, the basic ecstasy or joy of the universe. That is, the energy that is love. It is existent in all levels of being. Laughter is one outward expression of the emotional state of what you may call orgasm. However, it would not be advisable for you to call it this during your working hours while speaking to your workmates, or they might think you a little strange. You must understand that this particular word is known clearly to you as a common human experience, whereas it has never been understood that laughter, when entered into totally and wholly, rather than nervously or embarrassedly, is another form of the same energy. Laughter is available to all. Laughter is a healing, comforting, lovely energy, and indeed is one of the most highly prized of all states of being. We find the universe to be full of the laughter, or the song of joy. May we answer you further about this, or have we simply hilariously confused you? L. You explained it well to me. Thank you. Latwii. We thank you, my brother. Is there another question at this time? My brothers and sisters, we hope that we have been of service to you, and we hope that you find joy in your hearts and in your lives and in each other. For all of those things are the Creator. There is nothing outside the Creator. There is nowhere to trip or fall, to stumble or fear. You are in the universe of love. Rejoice, therefore. We shall rejoice with you. I am Latwii. I leave you in that love and that light of the infinite Creator. Adonai, my friends. Adonai.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite